We're back with more on the WHHI News. Guess what? It's spring, which means spring cleanup time. Joining us via Zoom is Cinda Seamon. She is the Fire Life Safety Educator with Hilton Head Island Fire Rescue. Cinda, what's the first tip you want to give us about spring cleaning?
Let's start with outside. Let's clean up our yards. First of all, we are susceptible to fire, like wildfires and brush fires and things in the summer. So let's clean up those shrubs. Let's, trim our trees. Let's get our yard in good shape so it's not so susceptible to fire. The other thing, let's look at our grill. When's the last time you checked the propane tank, check the lines, clean the grates? Let's get the grill ready. And keep in mind when you're grilling outside 10 feet from any structure. So let's look at that. The other thing for outside, what kind of chemicals do you have in your garage? Oily rags that aren't stored properly? What kind of chemicals? Are they outdated? Do you need to consider getting rid of those? And if you do, how do you dispose of them? Be sure you read the packages. Another outside thing we need to think about are pools. If we have pools, we have chemicals for our pools. We need to make sure if those are expired, if they're up to date, if we have the right kinds of things, get that pool clean. There's a lot to do just outside in your yard and the surrounding area to be fire safe.
Wow, and let's talk about it. Have you had instances where people put that grill too close to a structure and then they end up getting in big trouble? Does that happen?
Absolutely. We've had a few of those fires and they are very bad because they're too close to the house. Now you have a fire in the grill and now it's gone up the side of the house. We've had a few of those and they can escalate pretty quickly. So it's really important to move that grill away. Wait till it's completely cool too until you move it back.
That's a great point.
It's disposed, everything's put out properly.
And as far as cleaning up the yard, you're talking about trimming bushes and everything. Is a lot of it too just getting rid of like dead branches and stuff that may be around and that kind of thing?
It's exactly what I'm talking about, is just really cleaning it up and, giving room in between bushes and things, and just so fire can't spread so easily. And if you do have a lot of debris in the yard, that's just going to be more fuel for fire.
How about inside, Cinda?
Inside, let's talk about clutter. Although a lot of stuff, I see you laughing, a lot of stuff doesn't mean that you'll have a fire, but if you do, again, it's fuel for fire. Some people save a lot of magazines, newspapers, that kind of thing. That's not really smart. There's got to be a better way to store that information and keep it, because if you do have a fire, that's really going to go up. So look around and think, what do I not need? How about your appliances? Are they in good working order? Do you have frayed and broken cords? Things like that. Let's get those up to date. Remember, your medicine cabinet is not a storage center either. It's a good time to go through those medicines. What's expired? What are you not taking? Let's get rid of those. Let's clean up medicine cabinets. Also under your kitchen sink. Same thing like your chemicals outside in the garage, you've got chemicals inside. Are things expired? Should they be disposed of? Update those kinds of things. And some people will have just tons of bottles of just a little bit in the bottom. So start to consolidate, find products that you can use for multiple items and just have less. So we want to look around our house. Let's be a minimalist. Let's try to clear the clutter. Let's do some serious spring cleaning.
You going to be over to help me soon? No, seriously though, it is easy to just kind of get that clutter going in your home and not even like realizing it. I just moved with my husband and you would not believe. I mean, we had to get rid of a lot of things, and the same thing, you end up having, 2 bottles with a little bit in each bottle and all that. So, I mean, it's very good advice. And I would assume for firefighters too, God forbid, if they have to come into the home, you want to make sure there's a pathway or that it's clear for them to get in there.
And some people have very heavy contents, and that's a danger to all of us. We can't get in, we can't get out, we can't get the patient out. So when you get into those kind of situations, that can be dangerous for everyone.
And I really like your idea about expiration dates, because sometimes you just don't realize it, that things have expired. So it's really good, as you say, especially if you want to do it in the spring, just check whether it's chemicals, cleaning products, your medications, is everything still okay to use?
Right. So spring cleaning can apply to a lot of things, and you can apply it to fire safety and home safety and yard safety. And another thing for the yard, do you have a lot of tools and broken pots and things that are in the yard? If you have kids that are going to start spending more time outside playing, make sure your yards are cleaned up and you don't have dangerous items laying around.
As always, Cinda Seamon, great advice from you, and we appreciate you joining us via Zoom. Hope to see you again real soon.
Great. Thank you.
And we will be back in just a moment.